Are we good? All right. Hey, I wanted to put together some information, some resources. Anytime I teach a class or offer any type of information, people want to know resources that are available in our community. So in just a second, I'm going to take you through some of my favorite bookmarked tabs with some of the resources. These ones are going to be somewhat specific to Navajo County, but they could be helpful to people in other areas as well. It's definitely not a comprehensive list, so I encourage anyone who has a resource that they think is super helpful to add it into the comments. Also, keep in mind that just because I'm going to share this resource, any of these resources, doesn't mean it's going to be the best fit for everybody. So it's something that if it looks like it's a good fit, learn about it, explore it. It might work great for you and what you're looking for, but it might not. So no big deal if it's something that you need to dial in a little differently. So I'm going to just take you through some of my favorite tabs. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I muted myself, but I should be unmuted now. All right, so the first one is just the 988, and this is an actual site you can go to. You can call, text, or you can communicate with them right here on their website. And this is the new Lifeline. It used to be a 10-digit phone number, but now it is just the numbers 988. And that's national, so anybody can use this line, and it will hopefully get you in touch with people closer in your community. The next one I want to show you is a little more specific to Navajo County. And so these phone numbers down here, this 844 534 4673, that's going to be a great helpline, a crisis helpline if you live in Navajo or Apache County. It's also the statewide crisis line, but calling this number has the potential to have a mobile crisis unit that could be sent out to the area of concern. Keep in mind both the 988 and this 800 number are going to be great resources for people who are in crisis, and they're also going to be great for people who are supporting someone who is in crisis. So it's good for both of those. The next resource, and this one is newer to me, it's called Charlie Health. And so this is at charliehealth.com. And they are a national virtual intensive outpatient treatment program. There are a few things that I really love about the design of their program. It's geared for young people, I believe from ages 11 to 33. They do work with insurances, and what they do is they provide intensive outpatient treatment virtually. So if you have a young person who needs supports, but you don't think it's a good fit to admit them to an inpatient treatment center, but you do want to commit, you feel like you can commit to some serious treatment time, then get in touch with them. Get in touch with them anyway. Learn about their programs. Check it out. They have a lot of supports, and some of my concerns with traditional treatment are resolved through this format that they have. In particular, a young person or anyone who's going through treatment with them is able to work on their treatment while they are continuing to live their regular life. So they can continue going to school, can continue with their sports and their jobs, and be receiving the treatment. So they don't have the stigma of getting pulled away and then trying to re-enter into their life. So I do really like some of the components of this treatment modality. The next service is another group that has licensed professionals in the state of Arizona, and they can also provide virtual services. And this one is called terryshealthservices.org. And I just want to be clear, none of these groups really give a flip who I am. None of them have asked me to promote their organization. The reason I'm sharing this information is we are in an incredible shortage of providers and services, and people are regularly contacting me, trying desperately to get services. So I am just sharing some things that may help people get services quicker. I'm not being in, no one's asking me to do this. I'm certainly not getting any kickbacks or anything like that to promote any of these organizations. I just want people to have resources available to them. So Terry's Health Services, I have spoke with representatives from their group. Right now, I think the bulk of what they do in Navajo County would be virtual, but if they had enough people who were on their client base, I think they would send someone up occasionally to have those appointments. And of course, locally, we have ChangePoint. And when you have a group that's worked in your community for a long time, people have some strong opinions about the services they provide. Some people have had really wonderful experiences with ChangePoint, and other people not so much. And so what we want to do is always encourage people to try again. If your experience with them was a while back, give it a go. See if you can't have a more positive encounter this time around. Personally, my work with them has been phenomenal. They have supported so many young people in the school setting. I've been really pleased with the services they're offering, but I guess I can only really speak to the little niche of how I work with them, but the part that I work with them has been really phenomenal. So that is a local group here in Navajo, and Apache County, I believe, has a different group, but this is the one that you would find here right back there behind Walmart in Sholo. Okay, this next resource is the RE Center, and the website that they have is rcaz.us. This is through the church, and they have all kinds of amazing resources. They keep an updated resource guide. They have different programs that are available, classes and things like that. So I encourage people to check out this page just to see things that might be going on that would be a good fit to support you or your family. Living Hope, this is going to be a support in Apache County for people with needing pregnancy support. And this is they have the Hope House and the Traditional House. They bring no judgment to how a woman is responding to her pregnancy. They are all about love and support and providing resources to a woman who needs those resources. So another great resource in the White Mountains, and this website is livinghopecenters.org. Then we have the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the White Mountain chapter, and so that one is NAMI, NAMIWMAZ.org. And on their page, you're going to find out about their calendar of events, the education classes they have, how you can participate, if they have special programs going on. They have support groups, fabulous group. Ralph Engler, he works with NAMI, and I've worked with him for years. This is a fabulous group that you might find has some great resources for you and your family. So check out that website as well. And then one, maybe you've heard about this. This one's often advertised on different programming. It's betterhelp.com. One of the reasons I like this particular platform is that young people are pretty comfortable communicating virtually. They're comfortable creating a profile. And so with their parents' oversight, they can create their own profile, and then they can search therapists that they feel would be a good fit for their particular needs. And all of these appointments are done virtually, so it can fit with their schedule. Again, not where they don't have to miss out on school or other things. And because it's a national platform, the therapists are going to be licensed in the state of Arizona, but it's likely you can get an appointment within a day or two, where trying to get one through other platforms or through private practice, you might be hard pressed to get one even in the next couple of months. So this is great because you can get started right away. Apache Behavioral Health Services offers great services to people who live out in White River and have other connections and resources available to them through Apache Behavioral Health Services. So check out their page and learn more about what they've got going on if that's a program that you would be able to get help from. Same thing with the Celebrating Life. This is the Centers for Indigenous Help. They have a suicide prevention program that's phenomenal. And again, if you qualify for programs out there, then you're going to want to check out this particular resource. It's a really great resource. Nexus Coalition, who I do a lot of work with, they have a constant stream of free courses being available, parenting courses on the dangers of drugs and alcohol, and without judgment, ways to help support people who are trying to get on a different path. It's fabulous information. And so be sure to take a look at what they've got going on, and you can take advantage of some of the classes and programs that they have. A lot of their stuff is available virtually as well. Such a great program, so much good information. In fact, they're offering classes to help people understand the dangers of opioid use. And if you attend one of those classes, they have the naloxone that you can get for free for attending one of those classes. So be sure to reach out to them if you're interested in learning any of the things that they might have available in their program, on their platform. The next one I have is the Self-Injury Outreach and Support, and this one is siOutreach.org. This website is great in helping people understand what self-injury is, what it sometimes is misperceived to be, how we can offer supports, the reasons that it provides some satisfaction to people who are using it as a coping mechanism, and the things that work and the things that maybe don't work when we're trying to support people who are working through self-injury as a coping mechanism. And it's got the personal stories, some strategies on coping with urges, supports for the loved ones, and then also for school professionals. I have found this to be a great resource, especially for parents who become aware that their child is self-injuring, and then it gives them some resources to understand what that is a little bit better. Let's see, this is the Trevor Project, and the Trevor Project is a safe space to help build community for the LGBTQ young people. We know that LGBTQ young people are at higher risk of suicide than other demographics. And so this is just a great space to learn a little bit of how you can be an ally and a safe space for a young person or an older person who may be struggling emotionally because the people around them may have a worldview that doesn't really create a space for them to feel safe. And so this is a great place to learn a little bit about how we can be more gentle and more of a safe space for those individuals. Let's see if I can find, all right, this one. This is actually a pornography recovery program. And the reason I like to share this is that some people who are really battling with mental health issues are struggling with various addictions as well. And sometimes they feel like the grip of their addiction is so overpowering that they are contemplating very devastating measures rather than working towards safety in their recovery program. And so this is called the Path Back. And I'm going to go back one page here. So this is Tony Overbay's programs, and he's got several different programs. He's got the Magnetic Marriage course, and then this is the Path Back Recovery, and this is the one that's more specific to pornography recovery. And then there's some parenting. He's got a few different courses What's great about this Path Back is it's an online course that can be taken in the privacy of your own home, so you don't have to have the stigma of even getting a therapist here in our community, and you can be participating for a much more affordable price in a program that has quite a bit of credibility in that direction. And his program is great. I love the approach that he uses, and it really sets people up for success. A couple of other websites I want to make sure people are aware of. This is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and the website for this is just thehotline.org, and it's got information here on how you can call, chat, or text regarding domestic violence, something else that there are a lot of people really impacted by. And so another great resource to have available to people that you support or for yourself. And then one other one that I wanted to spotlight. This is a podcast that I really like, and this has to do with substance use and addiction. It's a podcast, and people share their stories. They also have some programs that people can pay to participate in, but the podcast is called This Naked Mind. And in the podcast, they explore the role of alcohol in our lives, and they don't use rules, pain, or judgment in their exploration of alcohol and substance use. And she's able to interview people where they share their stories about the role alcohol has played in their lives and how they have found freedom and regained control in their life. It's really an empowering podcast with great stories that doesn't use judgment or shame in their approach to supporting people. So again, I'm going to run through these one more time quickly. Please, if you have a resource in specific to Navajo or even Apache counties that's really great here local, maybe you've worked with a therapist and that therapist is like, yeah, put my information out there. I've got room. I'd like to take more clients. Keep in mind, if you're looking at the comments and you're looking at people's recommendations, I have not personally vetted those recommendations, but you can take a look and explore them yourselves. One fit isn't for everybody. Some people really love a particular approach, other people not so much. Some people really love a particular therapist, other people not so much. But I just want to have some good information, and I want people to be able to share, link out this particular video that we're doing right now, this Facebook Live, to people who are looking for supports. So again, 988lifeline.org. This is a great support for someone in crisis or someone who is supporting somebody who is in crisis. The local number is this 844-534-4673. And that's also got the potential to have a mobile unit come out to you. Also, guys, keep in mind, if somebody has overdosed or you are concerned that it is absolutely an emergent situation, we're going to call 911. That's the number we're going to call. These numbers are great for crises that I'm sharing with you, but if it is in a dire emergency, dial 911, of course, and especially if you think they've taken something already. Super important. This one is Charlie Help, the intense outpatient virtual program. Great fit for young people 11 to 33. Check out their website. It is charliehelp.com. It is an intensive outpatient program. They accept most, if not all, insurances in Arizona, so learn a little bit more about it. It's going to be, my opinion, probably a better fit for most young people than putting them in residential treatment. Terry's Health Services, they provide virtual therapy for people in the state of Arizona. Change Point, that's our local integrated mental wellness program here on the White Mountains. The Recenter, that's through the church. rcaz.us. Keep up on the programs they have going on and the resources that they have available, the classes and programs. Living Hope is going to provide supports to women, pregnant women. NAMI has support groups and education on mental wellness, and this is the White Mountains chapter, and their website is NAMI.WMAZ.org. BetterHelp.com, that's the national organization, the national counseling that you can create a profile and get an appointment fairly quickly. We have Apache Behavioral Health Services, and we also have Celebrating Life program, and these are both through for Indigenous health. Nexus Coalition, free classes on mental wellness, on accurate information on drugs and alcohol, and how we can support and help reduce those concerns in our community. Free classes, free parenting classes. That's nexuscoalition.org. The Self-Injury Hotline, SIOutreach.org. Learn about what self-injury is and how we can support people who are using that as a coping mechanism. The Trevor Project, supporting the LGBTQ young people, so important for wellness. We have the Path Back, a program for people in the grips of pornography. And this one is pathback. Just go pathback.com or go to Tony Overbay, the Path Back Recovery, to learn more about his programs. And we've got the National Domestic Violence Hotline to support people who are in those situations. And finally, the Naked Mind podcast and courses that help support people without judgment, shame, or pain in recovering from alcohol and other substance use. All right, this is, again, not comprehensive. And I'm putting this together on January 30th, 2024. I'll try to update it. If I have additional thoughts, I'll throw them in the comments. It's not a comprehensive list. You've got to check these links out yourself, learn which ones are a good fit for you. If you have something great, throw it in the comments. I'm sure I'll think of a bunch of other things that I forgot to include this time. But resources and information, that's everything. Sometimes just knowing these resources are available helps us take a little bit of a deeper breath. We want to heighten our awareness and take care of the people that we're concerned for, and offering them these supports can be one of the steps in that process. So feel free to share this out, and I'll try to continue to build it up, some additional resources. Have a great rest of your January. I think you got one more day.